Hey there. Wanna be everyone's solution. Want a solution to myself. Wanna engage in absolution. Want to resolve with someone else. Don't know if I taste it in my bloodstream or I am bleeding from the tongue. Will not have time to sort these answers when these answers never come. Live to shine, shine like sun, sunny day, day is done for now. Now it's time from another day and another song shine. Hey, hey, hey. I want to fight hard against repression. Want to repress the urge to fall. Wanna walk softly with discretion. Wanna discreetly kick the walls. Don't know if our souls are like the ocean, shouting back colors from the sun. Maybe the sun will hold these answers when these answers never come. Live to shine, shine like sun, sunny day. Day is done for night. Now here the time of another day in another sunshine. Hey, hey, yeah. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, hey, hey. Maybe these answers will come marching in staggered formation down the hall. Maybe our asking is the cancer destined to slowly kill us all. And maybe we all receive salvation, shouting back colors. Maybe we all receive salvation, shuffling out patterns in the sand. Maybe the sand will hold his jaw. And maybe we all receive salvation, shuffling out patterns in the sand. Maybe the sand is just the prophet, kicking discreetly in our hand. Live to shine, shine like sun, sunny day. Day is done for night. Now we're at time of another day, another sunshine. Hey, hey, hey. Yeah. Another sunshine. How are y'all doing tonight? It's Wednesday. That's nice, right? It's nice. We like Wednesdays. Did you all notice? Our sweet new logo from Logo Dan? I want to blow it up. So here's the thing that's gonna that you're gonna be super impressed by. This logo works on white surfaces and boom, works on dark surfaces. I mean, that's some engineering. That's some design prowess. Look, I can even talk to you through the logo. You know what I'm saying? That's good. I mean, isn't that cool? Thank you, Logo Dan. Amazing. I feel really lucky to have so many good people around me contributing in all different ways to the series and the things that we do. Have you guys been paying attention today at all? Have you guys been following the Adam Ezra Group news cycle? Pretty exciting day. Feature on WBUR, release of the official music video for Switching the Whiskey. I'm so excited to be sharing this video with you. I wasn't sure we were going to be able to make a music video. I mean, it's such a weird time. And I couldn't be with my bandies this winter, and it was so hard to think about trying to shoot a music video safely. We spent a lot of time trying to come up with a smart concept for the video that would tell a story, maybe a different story, maybe not an exact story, right? It's not telling the same story that the song tells, right? But it's got a little bit of that tragic feel to it. Have you all seen it today? If you haven't, I'm going to play it for you. Here you go. Most of the night, sipping this beer, feeling alright with my old buddies lined up at the bar. Jukebox playing soft and low, about to pay my tab, hit the road, just my luck. Someone played that song. Now I'm switching to whiskey before the memory gets me. Fill it to the top, let it burn me all the way down. I'm gonna drown my sorrow, sober up tomorrow. Tonight I fly so high I can't be found. Till I don't care, she don't even miss me. I'm switching to whiskey. Now, plain as day, the night she took my breath away, dancing like a carousel on fire. Through the ballroom smoke, her blue eyes shining, holding her like she was mine. And the beer ain't strong enough to ease my mind. No, I'm switching to whiskey before the memory gets me. Fill it to the top, let it burn me on the way down. I wanna drown my sorrow, sober up tomorrow. Tonight I fly so high I can't be found. I'm gonna lean on Jack, shot for shot. Gonna match these tears drop for drop. I need something strong to wash the pain away. I'm switching to whiskey. I'm switching to whiskey. Sober up tomorrow. Tonight I fly so high I can't be found. I don't care, she don't even miss me. I'm switching to whiskey. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that came out. You know, we had a lot of things, we had a lot of limitations we had to work with. One was that we weren't going to be able to be inside with the film crew and a band. And I was nowhere near any of my bandies this weekend. We knew that this was going to be a release, and we knew it was going to take some time to put together. And that was a real heartbreaker for me to get over. I just was not sure what we were going to do. And then, so we just, you know, we figured we had to come up with a concept for this video that could explain why this is, you know, there's a full band playing and there's only one dude featured in this song, right? And so the storyline, and I'm not sure how much this translates for a first-time viewer or not, right? But, you know, the storyline is supposed to be, right, because of that dedication at the end. And at the end it says dedicated to all the live music that didn't happen during the pandemic, right? But the storyline is supposed to be that this character, right, this musician is so desperate to play music during the pandemic that he literally sneaks into a bar and sets up a concert for a make-believe audience. And, you know, 2/3 of the way through the song, when it gets to the bridge, that's when you really see there are clues throughout the whole video. But really, at the bridge, you get kind of, that's when there's the reveal that there's really nobody in the audience. A lot of people that I played that to after we'd made the video were kind of like, that was kind of expected at that point, because I'm setting up tables and I'm pouring a bunch of whiskey. But so I'm not sure if it was this like big surprise, right? That was kind of the vision in the beginning. But as the editing happened, it was just it was so beautifully shot. And the crew that we had working on this was just great. And a lot of props to director Jeff Grace for working really hard to put this together with not a lot of resources. But I think that it looks really pretty. It tells an interesting story. It talks about the pandemic and what we're all living through. It references that in some way, and so it explains a lot of what we were kind of forced to work with during this time. I want to thank Iron Smoke Whiskey for helping to make this video possible. And I'm really proud of it. And fitting that today, on Spotify, we crossed the 200,000 stream Rubicon. Unbelievable. And that means in this first month, we've had 200,000 streams. That is more than twice as much of any of our other songs that we've ever released. And I just want to thank you gatherers especially for streaming the music so much, streaming the song. It truly is helping the song reach more and more people. And I would love, if you are feeling up to it, I would love to invite you to help share and watch, maybe even rewatch that video. I would love for us to have to be able to have an impact on YouTube as well as Spotify with this song, and I think we're off to a good start today. So, anyways, I feel pretty excited. You know, went to the doctor today, and I saw my little daughter on an ultrasound for the first time. That was an experience. I mean, that was an experience that's kind of a little way more exciting than releasing some video. But happy to report that baby and mom are healthy, and I feel lucky for a lot of things these days. Yep. Yes, I do. Gonna play your leftovers. We have some great ones. And tomorrow I meet up with the band, and we're actually gonna work on maybe trying to arrange a song, maybe even two that we haven't arranged before. The question is, do we work on a new song, or do we work on an older song? Do we work on a song that earlier incarnations of the band have played out before, that the latest Adam Ezra group hasn't had a chance to learn yet? Or do we focus on one of the brand new songs that I've written recently? Or do we focus on one of those songs that I've shared with you all during the Gathering series that never saw the light of day until a night like this? And I'm not sure I know the answer yet, but I will be filling you all in as we go, and we may hang out after practice and do a gathering from Alex's, just casual, maybe sitting on a couch and singing some songs for you tomorrow night. Haven't quite figured that one out either. So it'll be a fun day tomorrow. And today I'm gonna play try and bite into some of your leftovers. There are a lot of requests from last night, and I'm gonna try to play some of those requests that the band doesn't know, because the band has a lot of shows coming up, and as a band, we don't know as many songs as I know on my own, right? So I'm pretty confident that all of these songs on your request leftover list that the band knows, I'm going to be able to get to. If not this weekend, in the next couple of weeks, right? So, look like a wrecking ball, swinging from great heights. You look like a wrecking ball, got that evil in your sights, in your sights. But you will not help me to see the light. You are so political, you got it all figured out. Got your finger on the pulse of the world, preaching narrow doubt, narrow doubt. But you will not help me to see the light. And the papers tell the story of a fight we cannot win, and the fabled souls go out the door just as soon as they come in. And I think I've almost figured out just where I should begin. Where should I begin? And I look like a carnival, locked in endless strife. Celebrating beauty and running for my life, for my life. And you look like a storm cloud, throwing down the rain, circles through the atmosphere, do it all again, all again. And I hopped a bus in Jersey, feel its rumble at my back, seeking no particulars while I'm filling up my sack. And perspective paints the picture of what I have and what I lack. What I have and what I lack. All right. Can you see that guitar okay? I'm not sure you can. Let me help here. This might be a little bit. You know, it's funny. I feel like I'm a little bit. Look at that beautiful logo. Doesn't matter if it's on the white. Doesn't matter if it's on the brick. Logo Dan. Genius. The man is genius. He's got a gift. I'm always slightly conflicted because, right, I want to be up with you in the screen, but the closer I am, the less the less you can actually see me playing. And I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm a guitar player, but I like watching the guitar. Okay, so this one, this one is on the definite short list of songs that I would like to work on with the band. It's also on the short list of songs inspired by you gatherers that I'm excited. I'm kind of like newly excited and energized by. This was, for the first 6 months of the Gathering series. I mean, I almost every night shared a new song with you all. And this was a song that I shared, I had just been sick with COVID. And Allie and I had just packed up the van. And it was our last gathering in Chelsea here. And we were about to get on a road, at 9 p.m. at night and start driving west out to the desert. And I had just survived. And I was getting to gather with y'all every single night. And my sweet love with me. We were going to go on an adventure. It felt good. It felt like the right time to play this song. This song's called I Will Ride. And man, I remember loving this song when I wrote it. I remember thinking that this was going to be one of those songs that just kind of skipped to the front of the line with the band. And for one reason or another, it just never did. I don't know why. Maybe it's the guys I was playing with weren't super excited about it, or maybe we just had other stuff on our plate. But here we go. Let me try that again. That's it. I'm gonna start it again. I'm sorry. That's twice I screwed up a nice beginning of a nice song. Here we go. Not perfect. Take me on the road today. Let me taste a little sky. And I've been so far locked away. Now it's time for me to fly. And I gotta hold steady, 'cause you know I'm ready. I can feel the wind. Gonna trade my ticket in for gold. And I gotta be strong, because it won't be long and I'll be back again. Yes, it's time to go. And now I'm deep, easy to find. You just look sun shines just a yellow sea. You can cross it anytime. I've gotta ramble, gotta find belief. Gonna make my soul divine, and it don't come from pages or the words of sages in an ivory tower. I gotta walk the rhythm that I know, and I won't back down from the chains I found in the darkest hour. It's time to go. I'll be easy to find. You just look up, head for the light. On my fortune will cover the sky. I will ride, I will ride, I will ride, I will ride. I'll be easy to find. You just look up, head for the light. 'Cause my elation will shatter the night. I will ride, 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 yeah, I will ride, I will ride, yeah. This is a This is also on the short list. Songs that I'd love to work on with the band. This one's old school. This one is old school. Let breathe in your skin. Once the soap smell was gone, when we lie around the house, ready on but naive little man, an innocent fawn, never realized I had you alone. Like a bottle that smelled, I could sustain a soul smile like a puff from the bowl. You might know me while I will drink you like wine. All I taste is the bile from the indifference that I heard in your tone. leave me here on my own. Well, you left with fanfare, a big old parade, a scene at the palace. Your impetuous slave couldn't keep his mouth shut, even after forbade, for he dreamed of a seat at your throne. This must have amused you, the jester was he, to dance in your presence, desperate to see just one glimpse in his eyes, be it love or pity, but not such human a gesture was shown. Don't leave me here on my own. Well, I'd like to recall you as underworld bound with cursed virtuous pets. You keep chained to the ground, a Hades-spawn creature with snakes all around, turning all of your suitors to stone. And I would like to believe I've escaped from your hold, flee misery, demonized tortures untold. Oh, but if I could tame you, the treasures behold will remain to me ever unknown. Don't leave me here on my own. My talent is wasted, my wits unresolved, and I've doubled my ante. I've scratched and I've clawed, and I'm battered and I'm beaten like some back alley dog, made of nothing but skin and bone. So I write down a letter, singing I pray, and it will help to console me. Self-indulged way, so fuck you, my darling. I will see you someday when I study how hard I have grown. Let me hear on my own. All right. Yeah. Thanks for the claps. Well, okay. You know what I should do? I forgot. But I was going to answer at least one of your awesome questions from the other day. I asked y'all, I said that this was going to be part of our leftover, didn't I? And I'm going to the post right now. I invited you gatherers to ask me questions about songwriting. And, okay. um, let's see. I want to find a good song, a good question or two to answer real quick. And then after that, I'm going to go to a leftover from Request Night called Iron, which I referenced in one of my answers the other night. That is the first song that I ever wrote. And I was 16 years old, and I'm going to share it with you after I answer some of your questions. All right, here we go. I am going to look. How, where, and when did you and Kali write Up, Up, Up together? More collaborations in the future? Question mark. I hope. So for those of you that don't know Kali, he has been a guest on the gatherings before. He's one of the few artists that has an every year return invitation to the Ramble to play. One of my good buddies, great songwriter, and I wrote a song with him called Up, Up, Up. And how did that start? Well, I think that I was listening to a lot of Kali's stuff that he was working on, and I knew that he's always like me, got a bunch of stuff in the works. And I said, Kali, why don't you come over to my place one of these days? I was in between tours, and I asked him to come over, and I said, why don't we take a song that you're working on, and let's dig into it a little bit. And so he did. He came over, and I've never tried to even play it. That was kind of what he had going, and he had a bunch of words. He had a bunch of the words written, Oh my dear, look how far we go. I should learn the song. I should learn the song and share it with you guys. These hurricane years have been both rolling. You've seen the worst of me. Blame inside of me. By the curse I've seen. Who I try to be. So he had something along that line. What did I think this part, these verses. Oh my do, la 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 da da. And a lot of the words in that song were him. Singing about his love and his life and his wife. And I think I remember feeling like our co-write on that was a lot about me helping him find hooks and fleshing out the melodies, that you say no worst of me, da to me, you fight this curse I see, who I try to be. I think we worked that out a lot, and I love that section with the harmonies. And then you made my soul, you made my soul feel my soul. So I think these next two sections. I love the song because it's got like 4 choruses, which is great. It's like it's one of the things that Taylor Swift does a lot with her songs. As I've been listening to Taylor with Riley, right? But this is there's like you fill my soul, Oh, you feel my soul. Oh, you feel my soul. Oh, with love up above. Hey, up above. Oh yeah. Up above. Oh yeah. So I think if I feel like really, I think Kali's always got a lot of beautiful things to say in his songwriting, and I think my role in that particular song was, man, this is really nice. It's got this beautiful. You're singing about love or whatever. Let's flesh out this really pretty melody and a simple hook on the choruses, and let's make something that's super singable and fun. Which is what I think we mainly worked on. I hope we write some more songs together. I think that was great. And, I feel like I wish I could give myself that same kind of advice more often. When I'm writing songs to, you know what, you've got a great idea, Adam, and the thing is happening. Just, like, don't try so hard on a chorus. Just make it something fun and singable. Yeah. And I'll answer one more. It's just because it's right in front of me. Jim asks, how do you determine a piano song versus a guitar song? That's a great question. Usually it's where the fleshing out of the feeling that I have that I don't quite understand, right, is happening on one or the other instrument. They usually when an idea formulates that's capturing a feeling or a moment or something, right? It's happening on some instrument. Usually that instrument ends up being the song that I write the song on, or the instrument that I write the song on. There are a few instances where I've converted over time. I wrote The Last Ride of Bobby McGee on guitar, but it just didn't feel special enough on the guitar. It felt like other things I was writing, and is Kali on and hanging with us? Look at that. What's up, brother? Good to have you with us, man. I heard your concert at Supergirl's house the other night was amazing. I wish I could have been there with you guys. I was just talking about up. So I wrote Daniel the Last Ride of Bobby McGee on guitar, but I felt like it needed to go in another direction. There are songs like Serenade and Home Again Soon, Miss Hallelujah, that I wrote on piano, and I just didn't feel like I was good enough to play on the piano, and so I made a version. Of those songs on the guitar that I'm not sure is better or worse. Just very different. I mean, I still secretly between us, I had been working on trying to figure out how to play Miss Hallelujah on the piano. But I want it to be a little bit of a next level arrangement, a little bit more complex than what I'm used to playing when I put a song together, because that was really where the vision was. I just didn't know how to play the instrument enough yet. And luckily at the time I was playing with Josh, who was amazing, and so I could give the song to Josh and he made it sound beautiful and cool on the keys. So but it's a good question. I love writing on the piano. Honestly, I would write more on the piano if it was easier, right? If it was just easier to, if I just write, I mean, this thing can be lying on the couch. I can pick it up and just sit there and kind of noodle. It's a little bit more of a process with the keys. You gotta like kind of choose to sit down and find a space and make it happen. But I love doing it when I do. All right. All right, so I was 16 years old. I knew about 5 chords on the guitar, I think. And those are basically the chords that turned into this song. just like with piano now, when I was learning how to play the guitar, one of my best ways to do it, the ways that worked, is I would write songs and I had to learn how to switch my fingers in ways that made the guitar work. I mean, you know, I still challenge myself with writing like that. I Will Ride. Right? How's it go? Obviously, that's still a riff that is challenging to me. I haven't practiced enough, right? But I'm glad that I wrote that in because it's a challenge. If I bring that to the band, when I bring that to the band, I'm going to get better at playing that. And that's going to help me become a better guitar player and find other cool riffs that inspire me that I can play with them, right? But when I wrote this song, Iron, it was just about getting from one chord to the other. It's a different kind of a chord progression because I wasn't thinking about the chord progressions when I played it. I was just thinking about the different chords that I knew and how to get from one chord to the other. Now I find this song interesting because it kind of takes the form of a prayer. I've never really considered myself a religious person. I consider myself a spiritual person. I feel incredibly connected to other human beings. I don't know why I feel so connected. There are a lot of people in this world who have a lot of answers for me when it comes to the reasons why I feel so connected to other people. A lot of the answers that they're sure about are different than other answers that other people are sure about, you know. But I do find a beautiful connection amongst us all. I believe that there is something that we don't quite understand that connects us. Anyways, I find it interesting because the first song that I ever wrote kind of came out in the form of a prayer. Lord, protect me from the fire. Lord, stand by me far from home. Step by step I make it closer every day. Lord, protect me when I'm gone. Protect me when I'm I've known you, it seems forever. You've always shown me right from wrong. If I had one wish that I could bestow, would you make my will be strong? Make my will be strong. I've seen fire through the gate. There are monsters in this lake. And if I close my eyes for one more bit of rest, will you be there when I wake? Lord, protect me from the fire. Lord, stand by me far from home. Step by step I make it closer every day. Lord, protect me when I'm gone. Take me when I'm gone. Well, little baby 16-year-old Adam. Song number 1, that was it. Yeah. Yeah. I call that one Iron. Call that one Iron because I think I was hoping that in my life to come I would have strength of will. And I think that that's what I was. I think that that's what I was praying for. Yeah. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the wind at our backs. May it always blow steady wherever you roam. May a time when you're ready carry you home. May it keep you ahead of the rain. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the heavens above. Some say it's a glimpse of God's great design. Some say it's the signs of all things combined. Maybe look up and always feel wonder. Here is to us, only we see. Here's to our hearts and the air that we breathe. Here's to around good company. Here's to the drink that we share. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to this time that we had. But these moments pass lightly, won't come again. May our lives all burn bright, right up to the end. May we live them with joyous abandon. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the end of the day. Let us drink to the work when the working is through. Let us drink one to me. Let us drink one to you. Let us drink one to those who aren't with us. Here is to us and all that we see. Here's to our hearts and the air that we breathe. Here's to the round good company. Here's to the future. Here's to the past. Let us drink one down slow. Let us drink one down fast. Let us drink one as if this night tonight is our last. Here's to the drink that we share. Oh, here's to the drink that we share. Hey, I got to see my daughter for the first time today. I mean, it was on a computer screen, but whew, cheers to that, huh? What a thing. What a thing. I would love to invite you, if you feel like it. Maybe after we finish this gathering, we could all head over to YouTube and play our new video, the official release for Switching to Whiskey, a couple times. That would make me really, really happy. If you felt like sharing it with people that you cared about, people that you know like music, that would mean so much to me and my whole team that worked so hard to release that song. You know what? I know that we've got a ton of gatherers from the Rochester, New York area. And as of today, we just put tickets on sale for 3 live gatherings at Marge's, which is this old speakeasy love shack on a beach. And we're going to be hanging out there. We're going to be hanging out there for 3 days. And I've invited musical friends to open for us from the area each night. All of, or at least a good number of my favorites. Jumbo Shrimp, Junkyard Field Trip, Mud Creek, aka the Ayers Brothers. All great musicians, and each night they're going to be joining us to play a set of music in addition to our little beach gathering. So for those of you who've been very patiently waiting up in Rochester to know when our next visit's going to be, you can finally make sure that you can get a spot there, if you would like. We also, restrictions are being lifted ever so slightly in Massachusetts. So come June, we're going to be able to play in our home state again, doing live gatherings. We're not quite ready for the clubs yet. We've got a handful of awesome drive-in shows coming up that I'm super excited about, all over New England. And for those of you in the Midwest, we're gonna be heading out. We're gonna be heading out your way. We're gonna be heading through Michigan and Ohio, Illinois, Wisconsin, maybe even down to Kentucky, Iowa. We're getting out to all socially distanced shows, most of them outside. Really excited to finally be on the road again, sharing music and bringing it live to y'all. And yes, we will be gathering. We will be gathering throughout. I don't know how long we're gonna keep this everyday thing up, but I think it's important right now. It's important to me, and my band, my team, and I just feel honored to get to do this every night with y'all. If you haven't checked out Kali and his music yet, I don't know if he's still online with us, but you should go do that as well. Okay, please stay safe. Keep on looking out for one another, and I'll see you tomorrow.